Hello guys, it is the Gaming Weasel back with another video. So in today's video I'm going to be naming my top 10 survival games of 2017 I guess. And these survival games are in no particular order, and I'm going to be naming the ones that I've enjoyed the most. So as I said, number 10 doesn't have to be worse than the first game. These are just the games that I've enjoyed the most and that I think you're gonna enjoy the most. A couple disclaimers: some games you'll see here that you know, some games you might not know. For example, Minecraft isn't on this list because everyone knows about Minecraft, so it doesn't have to be on this list, and I thought there was no purpose for it to be on this list. But yeah, let's get started. Okay guys, at number 10 we have Stranded Deep. Now this game starts off with you being in a plane, and of course a plane crash occurs, which is totally not gonna be a theme of at least 3 or mostly 3 games on this list. Now of course you crash on an island and you need to survive. You can craft yourself another raft and go to other islands as well. You can explore underwater shipwrecks to get more loot. You can explore old oil rigs, I guess. Of course, finding stuff on islands is gonna help you survive. You can make yourself a little base, well, not like a base, but like a house for yourself. And of course there's many islands to explore, and the main purpose of the game is to of course get saved. You can acquire a flare gun, and if you hear a plane or a ship you can get saved. So pretty good. I do enjoy this game a lot. There are sharks as well, which of course, I mean, you're in the ocean, makes sense. And I do quite enjoy this game. It is really fun, and there's a lot of stuff to do. You can survive. You can even eat crabs, you know, so that's kind of cool, I guess. I mean, pretty much the basics. Make yourself a house, some tools as well. You can acquire cool tools as well, and you can get killed by sharks, which I hope no one has that nightmare of getting eaten by sharks. I certainly do. First time I played this game and I saw a shark bumping my ship or my little raft, I was scared as fuck. So yeah, that's mostly it for this game. I'm gonna try to keep these as short as freaking possible. So that is Stranded Deep. Of course, you can check it out on Steam. It is early access if I know correctly. So we're moving on to number 9. Next game up is gonna be Ark Survival Evolved, another game on Steam as well. Really cool game. You can customize your character to your liking. You can make him a midget but really strong, or you can make him a fat midget. You can make him a tall I wanted to say tall midget, but you can make him into a tall, buff white person. I don't know. You can do all sorts of character customization. Of course, you are on a massive island with dinosaurs, so who doesn't like that? You can tame dinosaurs. You can make yourself loads of bases. Find a clan, or like I guess a tribe. I don't know what you would name it, but find a tribe, survive, tame dinosaurs, which is a really cool part of this game. There's all sorts of cool DLCs like Scorched Earth, which adds dragons as well. You can tame flying dinosaurs as well, so that makes it quite cool as well. There's a progression system, so you first, craft stone tools, then you proceed further and further until you get your chances to craft guns as well. But yeah, as I said, a massive island with loads of different dinosaurs and loads of different creatures, not just dinosaurs. Loads of different customization for your character, which is awesome as well, and loads of people to meet and make a tribe with, and survive. It is a multi-platform game. You can get it on PS4 as well, I think. But yeah, really cool game. If you possibly get the chance to check it out, you can. If I'm pretty sure there is like a Battle Royale Ark's version. I'm not quite sure about that, but nonetheless, Ark Survival Evolved, a really cool, fun dinosaur survival game that I would prefer you pick up. At number 8, we have The Forest. Now, of course, as I said in Stranded Deep, there is a plane crash. You're involved in a plane crash. You're going somewhere with your little buddy there, or not your buddy, but your son. You're going somewhere with your son, but your plane crashes. Now the plane crashes, everybody dies. A cannibal abducts your son, and then onwards. You just get into the forest, as the name implies. You get tools, you craft yourself some items as well, explore caves, explore the forest as well. This is located on a massive island, and it is story based as well. There is actually a story in this. The reason that it is at number 8, because I don't enjoy it that much. I think the game isn't really fleshed out as much as it could be, but nonetheless, it's an island with cannibals on it that hunt you down at night and day as well. So really cool, really eerie game. I love playing this game, but I kind of don't because I'm scared of the cannibals. But you know, you couldn't call me a pussy, but you know, fuck those cannibals. I fucking hate those cannibals. But nonetheless, a really cool and fun game to play with friends as well. That is multiplayer. So that is a really cool game. I play this game a lot, and it is enjoyable to a certain extent. But I think the content for me is at least lacking just a little bit. But yeah, massive island to explore, loads of different caves to explore as well, and items and tools to get, and a lot of stuff to see, to be honest, and a decent variety of enemies, and a lot of them are kind of creepy as well, especially the baby mutant cannibals. Yeah, those are just something really eerie. But yeah, nonetheless, a really awesome game. I would prefer you pick it up. Of course, on Steam you can pick it up for quite cheap if it's on sale. And we're moving on to number 7. Okay, guys, moving on to number 7 is going to be The Long Dark. Now, it is officially released, so it's out of early access on Steam. And a really cool survival game. Of course, it involves a plane crash, you crashing on the northern part of Canada, the icy regions of Canada, I guess. And it is a really cool game. Now, there's no, I guess, mutants or zombies or cannibals. This is just you against the wild. You have to survive the cold, and of course, wolves and any other creatures or, I guess, animals that you come across that are, of course, lethal to you or deadly. I don't know. Really cool game. I love the art style. The arts are really nice, I have to say. And you can sink in thousands of hours into this game. There is a story mode as well now. It is around 4 difficulties, which is quite cool. And items like guns and bullets are actually scarce. You can't really just step into a house and find a gun. Of course, you land in the northern region of Canada, so you do not have a massive city to explore. It's just a bunch of houses and cars and everything scattered around. So that is another cool thing. Loot is scarce, food and water is scarce as well, and you need to find decent clothing so you can survive the cold. As I said, really cool game, and I love the story mode. It is quite riveting, and a really cool game to sink your teeth in. So that was number 7. We're going to be moving on to number 6. At number 6, we have one of my personal favorite games, and it is going to be Starbound. Now, Starbound is a really cool and fun game. It is a massive, well, I can't even see open world, it's an open universe. You have loads of different planets to explore, loads of different difficulties as well of planets, so you have loads of different, I guess, tiers of planets to explore. The higher the tier, of course, the more difficult the game becomes. There is a story mode, or I guess like a quest line, which I don't really follow that much, but there is one. Of course, you can help out people in settlements you find across the galaxy, which is quite cool as well. There's loads of different items you can gather, loads of different cosmetic items. It's simply massive. There's all sorts of different types of worlds, all sorts of different types of creatures and monsters, I guess, to come across. And there are a couple of races from you to choose from. You can be, I guess, a bird, a monkey, some kind of alien type of thing, some kind of ghost type of thing, even a human if you're that boring. But yeah, as I said, a load of different creatures to choose from. I guess characters to choose from, and loads of different creatures to explore and see. Loads of different weaponry as well, armor sets, vehicles for you to traverse the planets, all sorts of different cool stuff. And yeah, that is mostly about this game. I love exploring the universe with this game. It is a really, really cool game, and I personally think is one of the best open world universe sandboxes out there. I would prefer you check it out if you have the time, and buy it if you possibly can when it's on sale. When it's on sale, it's usually $10. I really can recommend this game for anyone looking for a game to really, really sink their teeth in. So that was number 6. Moving on to number 5. At number 5, we also have a space exploration, well, not a space exploration game. It is going to be Subnautica. Subnautica is, you are a spaceman who was flying on a ship and you crashed on a watery planet. Now, when I say watery, I'm not saying there's a couple of drops of water. The whole planet is actual water. There's a lot of stuff to explore. There's a lot of ocean to explore, believe me. This game is really cool. There's a lot. You can craft different kinds of vehicles as well for you to traverse the ocean. There's different kinds of monsters that can attack you. Different, I guess, levels of the sea, so you can go deeper and deeper. The deeper parts are quite scary. I have to really admit. Really cool game to play, and loads of different things to discover and craft, and I guess, do in this planet. Of course, the main part of these games, and this game as well, is to escape and to survive, or I guess escape the planet. Yeah, that is the main point. Now there is a sort of a quest line. It's not really a quest line, but there's like a main purpose. Which you need to do is just find some sort of creature that will help you escape the planet. So yeah, there's all sorts of different things to explore here and find. I do personally think this is a really awesome and well done game, even though it is an alpha, which is quite surprising. Again, really nice game. I would prefer you check it out if you possibly can. Moving on to number 4. Okay, guys, at number 4 we have one of the best games I personally ever owned, and I can't really deny it. Is gonna be Don't Starve. Don't Starve is a pretty old game now, but still brings in a lot of cool features and really is a really fun game to play. All sorts of different type of things to do. There are loads of different characters to choose from. Of course, you can go into the workshop, the Steam workshop, and get more characters that you can play as. Really cool game, loads of stuff to do. You probably already know this game, so I'm gonna explain it as short as I possibly can, just so I don't waste your time. Of course, you have monsters that are gonna come at you at night, even at day. You have bosses to fight if you get some certain DLCs. There's, I think, 3 or 4 DLCs which you can get, which are cheap, and a really cool, fun survival game to play. There is a Together version, which will allow you to play with friends, which is, I honestly think, the better version that you can get. So I prefer, if you can, get the Mega Pack, which includes everything. Really awesome game, as I said. Most of you already know it, so I don't have to, get really in depth with it. But a really awesome survival game. There is a main, I guess, storyline as well. The main story is that you have to, I guess, kill certain characters for you to finish the game. But I'm not gonna tell you how it ends because that would be spoilers. So, really cool game to play. If you want to really spoil yourself, you can go check out the end game. But nonetheless, it is a really cool game. I would prefer you check it out. And at number 3 we have Unturned, the only free-to-play game on this list. Of course, you can get this game on Steam for free, as I said. This game is like DayZ and Minecraft combined together into a game. There's base building elements, which will allow you to, of course, build yourself a base. A multiplayer aspect, which is always good to see in a game. And of course, you have to survive the zombie apocalypse. That's pretty much it. There's about 4 or 5 maps. The updates are quite frequent, actually, with this game. Loads of cosmetic items to get. There's loads of items to actually gather in this game. There are airdrops as well that are, rare, I guess, but you can get them when you're playing on a certain map. So it is really expansive. Now it doesn't have massive maps, but there are a decent amount of maps as well, and a decent amount of content as well in the workshop for you to play this game on and on for weeks on end. A lot of content to be had here. There's a lot of workshop items, as I said, that will help you out and add even more items to do. There are quite cool roleplay servers for this game as well, so that's another feature that I really do like. I mean, I don't usually play on those roleplay servers, but roleplay is kind of a nice thing, and some people do like it. So yeah, a really cool, extensive game. So as I said, it's Minecraft combined with DayZ, so almost a perfect game, almost. But yeah, that was number 3, Unturned, and moving on to number 2. Okay guys, at number 2 we're gonna have Rust. Now, Rust is a multiplayer only game on Steam, of course, so there is no single player to this game. And one disclaimer that I would prefer is I would prefer you get this game with 1 or 2 friends, because this game is always better with friends. The basics. You start off on a beach with a rock, and you gather stone and wood. You get better items, you get clothes, of course, you get a bow and arrow, and so on and so on. You get better guns, you make yourself of course, first make yourself a base, then get guns, then upgrade that base so it's a raid proof, and then you go raid other people with those friends. You craft explosives, destroy other people's bases, loot their bases, and yeah, so it is a really cool game to play. Loads of different things you can do in this game as well. There is AI that I guess fights you And of course, the main problem for you is going to be the players. So there's no zombies, no anything. There is AI, as I said, but the main problem, or I guess the main enemy to you, is other people around the globe. So that is Rust. If you have, we're just gonna move on to number 1. Okay, guys, and at number 1, we're gonna have Terraria. Now, Terraria is one of the games that I've put in most of my hours. This game is a really, really fun game and really extensive to I guess, a non-imaginable amount. Okay, so we're gonna start off. It is a 2D game. Yes, it does have a multiplayer aspect as well. There is over 4,000, maybe 3,000 items in this game, of which you can choose from. There's all sorts of different weaponry, all sorts of different classes that you can build towards, so you can make armor sets that are, for, I guess, a mage or maybe a ranged character. There's all sorts of different bosses to fight, creatures to kill, biomes to go to, places to explore, stuff to do, houses to build, structures to build. There's an endless amount of stuff you can do in this game. All sorts of different cool features in this game as well. And the multiplayer community is really nice. There's all sorts of different mini games you can play as well, probably on some servers. And yeah, of course, playing with your friends is an option. As I said, there's expert mode, which will crank up the difficulty by a lot for you and your friends. So that is another cool feature. There's all sorts of different there's a lot of bosses, and it's gonna take you at least 5 or 6 hours of non-stop gameplay to get to the final boss. Maybe a little bit slower depending on which pace you go at. But yeah, a really fun game to play, and a really enjoyable game. You can play it over and over and over again, as of course you can with most of these games on this list. So yeah, that's been my top 10 games of 2017 that I've enjoyed the most, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, a comment, and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye, guys.